please rise for the singing of the National Anthem by Madison Lamb from the Payson FFA chapter.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
are illogical, unreasonable, and self-centered. Love them anyway.
If you do good, people will accuse you of selfish, ulterior motives. Do good anyway.
If you are successful, you will win false friends and true enemies. Succeed anyways.
Honesty and candor make you vulnerable. Be honest and direct anyway.
The biggest men and women with the biggest ideas can be shot down by the smallest men and women with the smallest minds. Think big anyway.
People will favor underdogs, but follow top dogs. Fight for underdogs anyway.
What you spent years building may be destroyed overnight. Build anyway.
People really need help, but may attack you if you do help them. Help people anyway.
Arizona FFA. Love.
Do good.
Succeed.
Be honest.
Think big.
Fight for underdogs.
Build.
And help others.
Ladies and gentlemen, FFA members and guests, get up on your feet and make some noise for your 2025-2026 State FFA Officer Team. From AAEC Prescott Valley, your State Secretary, Mr. Hayden Morgan. From Cibola, your State Reporter, Ms. Kaylin Larson. From Yuma Catholic, your State Treasurer, Miss Clarissa Meza. From Tanca Verde, your State Sentinel, Ms. Cheyenne Torres. From Benson, your State Vice President, Mr. Bob Garrett. From Gilbert, your State Vice President, Miss Sophia Rodriguez. From Combs, your State Vice President, Mr. Connor Morgan. And last but not least, your State FFA President from the Buckeye FFA Chapter, Mr. Brody Wellman.
We would like to invite two individuals who continually demonstrate their belief in students, the National FFA Organization and American Agriculture. To join us in opening ceremonies, Mr. Ed Curry and Ms. Carla Brubaker served as state officers in 1975 through 1976. This SLC marks the 50th. This SLC marks the 50th anniversary in which they served our organization. Mr. Ed Curry is a fourth-generation farmer from Pierce, Arizona. He was a member of the Elfrida FFA chapter and served as the Arizona FFA State Treasurer. He and his family now run Curry Chili and Seed with 2,000 acres and 4 processing plants, which have been responsible for many innovations in seed genetics across the United States. Because of his constant support for FFA programs in southeastern Arizona and dedication to the agricultural community, he was recognized as the 2022 Agriculturalist of the Year. Ms. Carla Brubaker is originally from the Peoria FFA chapter and served as the Arizona FFA State Secretary. Carla and her teammate Tammy served as two of the very first female state officers in Arizona. Today, she is the owner of Progressive Plants Incorporated, which sponsors the plants the state officers deliver to our legislature every FFA week. She is also an adjunct professor for the Glendale Community College, where she teaches classes on plant growth and development. Carla is still active in local FFA programs and has served as an industry professional for the Peoria Minicamp. We are honored to have these two join us for opening ceremonies today. Centennial Hall will come to order. We're now holding the third general session of the 97th Annual Arizona FFA State Leadership Conference. Mr. Vice President, are all officers at their stations?
I shall call the roll officers, determine if they are at their stations, and report back to you, Mr. President. The Sentinel.
Stationed by the door.
Your duties there.
Through this door, past many friends of the FFA, it is my duty to see that the door is open to our friends at all times and that they are welcome. I care for the meeting room and paraphernalia. I strive to keep the room comfortable and assist the president in maintaining order.
The reporter.
The reporter is stationed by the flag.
Why by the flag?
As the flag covers the United States of America, so I strive to inform the people in order that every man, woman, and child may know that the FFA is a national organization that reaches from the state of Alaska to the Virgin Islands and from the state of Maine to Hawaii.
The treasurer.
Stationed at the emblem of Washington, Buck.
Your duties there, Mr. Ed Curry.
I keep a record of receipts and disbursements, just as Washington kept his farm accounts, carefully and accurately. I encourage thrift among the members and strive to build up our financial standings through savings and investments. George Washington was better able to serve his country because he was financially independent.
The secretary.
Stationed by the ear of corn.
Your duties there.
I keep an accurate record of all meetings and correspond with other secretaries wherever corn is grown and future farmers meet.
The advisor.
Here by the owl.
Why by the owl?
The owl is a time-honored emblem of knowledge and wisdom. Being older than most of you, I am asked to advise you from time to time as the need arises. I hope that my advice will always be based on true knowledge and ripen with wisdom. Mr. Vice President, why do you keep a plow at your station?
The plow is the symbol of labor and tillage of the soil. Without labor, neither knowledge nor wisdom can accomplish much. My duties require me to assist at all times in directing the work of our organization. I preside over meetings in the absence of our president, whose place is beneath the rising sun.
Why is the president so stationed?
The rising sun is the token of a new era in agriculture. If we will follow the leadership of our president, we shall be led out of the darkness of selfishness and into the glorious sunlight of brotherhood and cooperation. Mr. President, all officers are at their stations.
Thank you, Mr. Vice President. The Secretary will now call the roll of members.
There are 1,776 members and guests present, Mr. President.
FFA members, why are we here? To practice brotherhood, honor agricultural opportunities and responsibilities, and develop those qualities of leadership which an FFA member should possess. May we accomplish our purposes. I now declare this, the third general session of the 97th Annual Arizona FFA State Leadership Conference, duly open for the transaction of business or attention to any matter which may properly be presented. Good evening and welcome to the third general session here at the University of Arizona campus. What a great state leadership conference this has been so far. I hope you've gotten to catch up with old friends, meet some new ones, and make some great memories. During our time here together so far, I once again want to make sure that our session sponsor, the Jamie and Brett Suma family, are shown the appreciation they deserve. Please join me in applauding our session sponsor. I would now like to introduce the two amazing people who are chairing this session. Both these individuals share a love for the most random fun facts. One of them is sure to have a plan for everything they do, while the other lives by the phrase, go with the flow. Regardless, both individuals share a love and passion for service and are always up for a fun new game. It is my honor to introduce to you your state vice presidents, Buck Garrett and Sophia Rodriguez.
This day when I hear that song, I see you standing there on that lawn. Discount shades, store-bought tan, flip-flops and cut-off jeans.
Matthew McConaughey grew up in a small Texas town where he learned early on that unity isn't something you just practice. This small lesson became the foundation for how he approaches every part of his life.
When he stepped into acting, he took these values with him. Over the years, he's taken on roles that highlight resilience, empathy, and human connection. Whether it's Interstellar, The Lincoln Lawyer, A Time to Kill, or Dazed and Confused, each of his roles invite us to see ourselves in one another. His work on screen becomes a quiet force for unity, reminding us that we share more than we differ.
McConaughey doesn't just stop at storytelling. He unites people through his actions. Through the Just Keep Living Foundation, he creates after-school programs for high school students that helps them build more healthy and resilient lives. The foundation focuses on physical wellness, goal setting, community service, mental and emotional growth. It gives students a safe place to belong, to be supported, and to grow side by side, especially in communities where that support matters most. His efforts earned him the Philanthropist of the Year award, and when Texas winter storm struck, he and his wife Camelia raised more than $7.7 million to help communities rebuild. Unity made in action.
One Texan who lived through that storm said, "We had no heat, no food, and no way to get supplies. We felt forgotten, but that's when help arrived. Food, blankets, and generators. In the coldest week of our lives, Matthew McConaughey rallied people to care."
What makes McConaughey so unifying is his choice to build bridges, not barriers. He leads with compassion, responsibility, and a belief in a shared humanity, values that run deep here at Arizona FFA.
In the third session of the Arizona FFA State Leadership Conference, let's let the stories of those we recognize today inspire us to lead with the same spirit. In this session, we will meet proficiency winners, honor scholarship recipients, and recognize those who have provided outstanding service to the foundation with a presentation from the foundation, as well as meeting those who have earned the distinction of Alumni of the Year, Agriculturalist of the Year, and those who have received their honorary state degree recipients.
As well as hear from our State Secretary, Hayden Morgan, and our State Treasurer, Clarissa Meza, in their retiring addresses. Let the accomplishments of those we recognize today remind us that unity grows when we choose to help, to lift, and to serve others. The very true heart of leadership. Arizona FFA, we are united in action. Whether we are wearing our blue jackets in the audience today for the first time or have since zipped up our FFA jackets for the last time, we can still see the impact that it has had on our lives every single day. At this time, we are excited to introduce another winner of the Jacket Essay Contest. I'd now like to invite Arabella Alvarez from the Tombstone FFA chapter to the podium for a presentation.
Being part of something bigger than myself means finding a home within the legacy of the blue corduroy jacket. When I wear my FFA official dress, I become more than just an individual. I am a single thread in a massive tapestry connecting generations of leaders, farmers, and innovators. This uniform provides a deep sense of belonging and a voice that is amplified by thousands of members standing beside me. I've realized that every hour spent practicing public speaking or studying for a vet science competition is an investment in the future of American agriculture. My service to the community isn't just a task, it's the continuation of a tradition of excellence. In FFA, I trade me for we. This is both humbling and empowering to know that my actions today ripple outward, helping to feed the world and inspire the next generations of leaders to keep this legacy alive. Thank you.
Arabella, it is my pleasure to present you with your very own FFA jacket. We cannot wait to see how you will continue to find unity in our organization and in the world. Let's give her one more round of applause. Yeah. That's right. The FFA Jacket Program is sponsored in the memory of William Chase Foster. If you would like to support current FFA members in having the opportunity to wear an FFA jacket of their own, consider contributing to the Foundation's Blue Jacket Legacy Program. For more information, please see the QR code on the screen or visit azffafoundation.org. Since 2019, the Foundation has awarded over 1,331 jackets to students in Arizona. I would now like to introduce some very special guests here with us this evening. We would like each group to please stand as they are recognized, and would the audience please hold their applause until the end. Would all past alumni please stand? Would all past National FFA board members please stand? Would all current and past Foundation board members please stand? Would all past and present state FFA staff please stand? Would all school administrators please stand? Would all parents of FFA members please stand to be recognized? Would all FFA sponsors please stand? Would all past and current agricultural education teachers please stand? We would be remiss if we did not also recognize the brave men and women who have proudly served our country. Please stand to be recognized. I would now like to call upon Ms. Farrah Smith, President of the Arizona Agricultural Education FFA Foundation, and the Foundation's Board of Directors to give a special presentation on behalf of the Arizona FFA Foundation.
Good evening. This year, the Arizona FFA Foundation is proudly celebrating 40 years of service to agriculture education and FFA in Arizona. We are especially honored to have Ken Williams, one of our founding board members, still actively serving with the same passion and commitment that helped establish the foundation 4 decades ago. One of the new exciting initiatives we launched this year is the inaugural Foundation Ambassador Program, made possible through the generous support of Salt River Project. At this time, I would like to invite Chris Dobson, President of Salt River Project, to join me on stage. Through a very competitive application process, 5 outstanding students were selected to serve as Foundation ambassadors during this year's conference. These students arrived in Tucson on Tuesday and participated in 2 days of intensive leadership and professional development training before beginning their conference responsibilities. Throughout the week, they have enhanced their leadership skills, connected with industry leaders and donors, and provided exceptional service to the Arizona FFA Foundation and the State Leadership Conference. At this time, I would like to invite the following students forward to be recognized as members of the inaugural Arizona FFA Foundation Ambassador Program. Elise Combs, Miami FFA. Samantha Diddy, AACC, Estrella Mountain. Natalie Jones, Queen Creek FFA. Drew Martinez, Cibola FFA. And last but not least, Matthew Rodas, AAEC, Estrella Mountain. It has truly been an honor to work alongside these students this week. They have represented Arizona FFA with professionalism, enthusiasm, and excellence, and we look forward to growing and expanding the program in the years ahead. It is a privilege to stand before you tonight alongside many of my fellow board members of the Arizona FFA Foundation. The Foundation remains deeply committed to expanding educational opportunities, leadership development, and student success within agriculture education and FFA programs across Arizona. Together, we are helping build the future of agriculture. Our vision is both bold and unwavering: to secure and steward resources that empower, elevate, and sustain agriculture education throughout Arizona. This includes direct support for the Arizona Association FFA, the Arizona Agriculture Teachers Association, and the Department of Agriculture, Education, Technology, and Innovation here at the University of Arizona. By investing in these organizations, we are investing in the next generation of agriculture leaders. This evening, we are proud to recognize our STAR program donors, whose names are now appearing on the screen. These individuals and organizations are the foundation of our mission. Their generosity supports scholarships, leadership development, teacher support, student experiences, and programs that impact thousands of students across our state each year. To all of our donors and supporters, thank you. Your investment is changing lives. We are also grateful to everyone who participates in our signature fundraising initiatives, including the annual Blue and Gold Gala and many other foundation opportunities throughout the year. One of the most meaningful milestones we celebrated this year was another record-breaking achievement through the Blue Jacket Legacy Program. Because of the generosity of our supporters, 341 FFA jackets were provided to deserving students across Arizona this year. Tonight, we are also very honored to present 3 special checks representing continued investment in agriculture, education, and FFA. For our first presentation, I would like to invite Dr. Laura Scaramello to the stage to accept support for Agriculture Mechanics Program. We are proud to present a check in the amount of $11,660 to assist with the purchase of innovative equipment that will expand teaching opportunities and enhance hands-on learning experience for both teachers and students at the University of Arizona in the Agriculture, Education, Technology, and Innovation Department. Next, we would like to recognize the Arizona Agriculture Teachers Association. Would President Elias Shook Garza please join us on stage? The foundation proudly supports professional development opportunities, awards program banquet, fall retreat dinner, summer social, Teach Ag Academy, teacher development initiatives, and many other programs that strengthen agriculture educators across Arizona. Tonight, we are honored to present the Arizona Agriculture Teachers Association with a check in the amount of $81,375. Our final presentation this evening is to the Arizona Association FFA. The foundation supports impacts not only to the state association, but also to the regions, local chapters, and most importantly, thousands of Arizona FFA members. Brody Wellman, state president, is here to accept this presentation. And tonight we have a record. Tonight we are so proud to present a check in the amount of $642,036. Remarkable, so thank you to all our donors and sponsors. As we conclude tonight's presentation, we invite each of you to stay connected with the Arizona FFA Foundation, follow us on social media, subscribe to our newsletter, and discover ways you can become involved in supporting the future of agriculture education in Arizona. Whether you're a student, parent, educator, alumni member, industry partner, or donor, there is a place for you in our mission. Together, we can ensure that agriculture education and FFA in Arizona not only continues, but thrives for generations to come. Thank you.
FARA and all Foundation board members, it is your hard work and dedication that have helped to make the success of Arizona Association FFA possible. On behalf of every member, thank you for the continuous support that we receive from the Foundation. Tonight, we are excited to recognize another one of our sponsors, the Arizona Cotton Growers Association. Due to the cotton growers' generosity, our state officer team has been able to travel all over our state and across the country in jackets that represent our state association. On behalf of the 2025-2026 state officer team, thank you. Please join me in giving a round of applause to our state officer jacket sponsor. I know that we are all having a blast this week at the State Leadership Conference. The good news is that the fun doesn't have to stop. Join us for State Camp June 22nd through 26th at Camp Shadow Pines in Heber, Arizona. Camp is one of my all-time favorite events, and we are excited to see you all there. Did you just get your license and are looking for a way to stand out as you're cruising around this summer? Maybe you've been on the road for years and are wanting to spruce up your truck. Be sure to show your love for Arizona FFA. Order a custom Arizona FFA license plate, personal growth, and career success opportunities for students enrolled in agricultural education programs in Arizona. Now, what we have all been waiting for. It has been a joy this weekend to hear the musical talent of the State FFA Chorus. They are back again, ladies and gentlemen. Please help me in welcoming to the stage once again this evening the 2026 State FFA Chorus.
1, 2, 3, 4. If I were a fish and you caught me, you'd say, look at that fish, shimmering in the sun. Such a rare one, can't believe that you caught one. If I were a fish and you caught me, you'd say, look at that fish, heaviest in the sea. You'd win first prize if you caught me. Why is everybody on the internet so mean? Why is everybody so afraid of what they've never seen? If I was scrolling through and I saw me flopping around and singing my song, I'd say, darn, they're cute, and sing along. If I were a rock, you would pick me up and say, that's a nice rock. Skippiest on the leg. Walk, walk, walk on the perfect shape. If I were a sock, you would put me on and say, that's a nice sock. Happiest as a pair. I found you, now I'm not scared. Why is everybody on the internet so mean? Why is everybody so afraid of what they've never seen? If I was scrolling through and I saw me flopping around and singing my song, I'd say, darn, they're cute, and sing along. How lucky are we of all the fish in the sea? You get to be you, and I get to be me. Just let it be me. We're as free as can be. To be the use of you, and the needs of me. If I were a fish, if I were a fish, if I were a fish, if I were a fish.
Let's thank our State FFA chorus once again for that outstanding performance. Arizona FFA, it is my honor to introduce to you an individual who loves nothing more than serving others. Every moment I get to spend with this person is filled with awesome stories from his experiences from all over the state. I'm proud to call this person not only a teammate, but a friend. Arizona FFA, please join me in welcoming your State Secretary, Hayden Morgan, with his session theme, The Pursuit of Purpose.
It takes a whole lot of blood and tears just to really love someone. But when it comes back around, that's heaven on earth. You never know till the end, my friend, what you love.
In 1982, a woman and artist named Agnes Dennis planted a 2-acre wheat field. But this wasn't farmland she planted it on. It wasn't a rural area. She planted it in downtown Manhattan, only 2 blocks away from Wall Street and the World Trade Center. To make things even more out of the ordinary, she planted this on a landfill. She had to bring in over 200 truckloads of dirt and soil to even make her vision even possible. She then had to clear out tons of rock, trash, and debris by hand and machine. Then, after all this was completed, the seeds were then sown by hand, and the furrows were covered with soil. The field was then cared for and maintained for 4 months, like any field of crops would be. It was weeded, irrigated, protected from disease, and cared for with patience. Then, on August 16th, the field yielded over 1,000 pounds of healthy golden wheat. Now, if you think farmland here in Arizona can get pricey, the land Agnes planted this wheat on was valued at $4.5 billion at the time. One of the most valuable pieces of real estate in the world, which was temporarily devoted not to profit, but to growth. I heard this story and it really stayed with me. Agnes didn't just plant wheat. She planted a symbol. This was a symbol of food, energy, commerce, and economics, a symbol of what we prioritize today but so often overlook. Agnes took a wasted piece of land in one of the richest cities on earth and asked the question, what do we choose to value? In doing so, she proved that even in the most unlikely places, something meaningful can grow. There's a quote I heard. It goes, "You know a society is great when old men plant trees whose shade they know they will never sit in." And while Agnes didn't plant trees, she planted wheat. She didn't plant it for herself. She planted it to make us think. I often held on to this story about Agnes during my chapter visits I attended, especially during my first two. My first two chapters I ever attended were Chandler and Pinon. Now, from an outside view, these two chapters could not be any more different. Pinon, a school far up in northern Arizona, on the Navajo Nation, rooted in community and tradition, with an area of a population about 1,000 people. And Chandler, a large high school in one of the largest cities on earth, with thousands of students, not on earth, in Arizona, sorry, with thousands of students in attendance. But what I began to realize is that the students there shared a purpose and a passion for the programs they were involved in. At Pinon, this passion was evident in the way that the students took pride in teaching me how to make fry bread and the stories they shared with me while making it. I thought it was the coolest thing to see how excited the students were to tell me about the trips and competitions they were so excited to attend that year. Their enthusiasm then carried into the classroom when I got to see the excitement of the students to check on their plants they had growing in the greenhouse. It was clear to me that these experiences they were making truly meant something to them. Now, at Chandler, I saw this passion in a different setting. At lunch, my state officer teammates and I got to sit with tons of students. It felt like we were sitting with one big family. There, the students would share with me how much they loved being a part of their school's ag program. I thought it was the coolest thing to see how excited the students were to get their first goat, lamb, pig, and even a chicken. To me, those ag classes felt like a completely separate place in the high school where the students could step away and focus on something that solely brought them joy. Now, I didn't see just a passion and a purpose in Chandler and Pinon. I saw it in every school I visited this year, from San Simon to Seligman, and from Joseph City to Gila Ridge, and every chapter in between across our beautiful state. I found a passion in the programs for the programs I visited, because the beauty of agriculture is that it is a culture, and that is what has united us all here today. Now, I just shared two things that I hold very closely to my heart, and I want to share something that has been in my heart for a long time that I feel connects to those last two stories. When I was 12 years old, my family moved out of our suburban home to a large piece of land that had been in my family for many years. This is where I discovered my true love for the agricultural industry. As soon as moving to the land, my family began to raise livestock, and I loved every aspect about it, despite things like Chipotle being almost 30 minutes away. As soon as I started my ag classes, I fell in love with those too. But there was one thing I wanted that most of my friends had: a buckle. I thought having a buckle would be the coolest thing. So I began to start showing the livestock I've been raising. And it was definitely a learning experience because the first time showing, I absolutely bombed it. But that made my desire and determination grow that much further. After a few months, it was time for my next show. I was confident, I was ready to step into the show ring, and I did. I answered questions just as I was supposed to in showmanship and showed my goats just as I was supposed to. I then got caught out of line and placed last in my class. I was so upset. But this made, again, my desire and determination grow that much further. After almost a year of practice, it was time for my county fair. I was so nervous. I was very excited, but after getting my goats ready for all this time, the nerves were hitting me. I stepped into the ring while sweating through my blue corduroy jacket, which doesn't breathe well during monsoon season in September, or like you all know, any season for that matter. I then, to my surprise, placed reserve grand champion with my little goat, Co. I was ecstatic, receiving my banner and later my buckle. But in the days that followed, I realized something very important to me. It wasn't the shiny buckle that mattered most. It was the moments that led up to that big moment. The long prayers, the hours I spent with my friends at shows, the trips I got to go on with my mom, and the most incredible people I met along the way. But it reminded me of the passion I felt for the livestock when I moved to the land. But most of all, this passion, it gave me a purpose to work hard, to care deeply, and to keep growing. Just like Agnes devoted her time and attention to a wheat field in the middle of Manhattan, I learned to devote my time to something I found purpose in. This is where I discovered my true love for the land, for where I'm from, and most importantly, for the Lord. Now, it is up to you how you decide to devote your time. What matters most is that you find a purpose in it. Whether your purpose lies entirely in agriculture or somewhere completely different, the choice is yours. What matters most is that you find a purpose in the things that you invest your time into. Okay, now there's an analogy I saw a while back, and the man I saw used it for something completely different, but I'm going to use it for something that connects for all of us here today. All right, so I have a glove. We all know that this is a glove. It has 5 spaces for fingers, if you count a thumb as a finger, but it's just a glove. And let's say that this glove is the human body and our hand represents the purpose. Now, once you stick your hand into the glove, it now has a purpose. It can go and do the job it was created to do. Us as humans are made in the same way. We are all meant to find something that we find a purpose in. Arizona FFA, at one point or another, we will all find ourselves in the pursuit of purpose. So I have one final question, one that'll help you think about yours. Arizona FFA, in 5, 10, or 15 years from now, if you were to wake up one morning with $1 million in your bank account, would you still be doing the same thing that day? And depending on how you answer that question, you will know if you found your purpose.
Lord knows that I've been blessed. I can stand up to the test. I can live on so much less. This much I've been learning. Feel a pounding in my chest. I'm fearful, I'll confess. How am I to get my rest? The house I built is burning. Well, Lord called.
Hayden, it has been not only an honor, but a privilege to call you a teammate, a friend, and a brother this past year. Watching you impact the lives of thousands of students across our great state, I am more than honored to present you with your retiring plaque.
Arizona FFA, your 2026 State FFA Secretary, Hayden Morgan!
Feel a pounding in my chest. I'm fearful, I'll confess. How am I to get my rest? The house I built is burning. Well, Lord called the volunteers, siren music to my
Each of us sitting here today has the potential to be deeply impacted by this organization. For many, a passion for the FFA and the impacts of being an FFA member continues long after they take off the blue jacket. This year, we recognize an FFA alumni that continues to pour into our organization. The lasting impact that she is leaving is truly inspiring. It is my great pleasure to announce that this year's recipient of the Alumni of the Year Award is Ms. Sandra Norris. Ms. Norris is a tireless advocate for agricultural education and FFA within our state. Ms. Norris found her passion for Ag Ed and FFA during her time as a Peoria FFA member. She then went on to serve as the 2005-2006 State FFA Secretary. Currently, Ms. Norris serves as the Disability Determination Specialist for the Arizona Department of Economic Security. Although her career may not be directly tied to ag education or FFA, this doesn't mean that Ms. Norris is any less engaged in Peoria's ag program. Ms. Sandra Norris has filled so many roles in the Peoria FFA chapter: a CDE and LDE coach, a last-minute judge, a driver, an errand runner, a chaperone, and a mentor. Most notably, Ms. Norris is highly engaged with Peoria Minicamp. For nearly 20 years, Ms. Norris has been the organizer and implementer of Peoria Minicamp from the alumni booster side. She is responsible for coordinating all meals for the 400 annual minicamp attendees and she does so without complaints. When asked about Miss Norris's impact, the Peoria FFA chapter cites opening ceremonies. Without labor, neither knowledge nor wisdom can accomplish much. To Peoria FFA, Miss Norris is the driving force of their success. They say she is not one to put herself in the spotlight, so today we are excited to shine the spotlight on her. Miss Norris, thank you for truly embodying what living to serve means. It is an honor to present you with the 2026 Alumni of the Year Award.
Thank you so much. FFA has always had a very special place in my heart. And as said, I don't currently work in an agricultural industry, but it was the impact of the service that is necessary that drives me to do what I do. Also, the Peoria kids, they always give me so much credit, as do the advisors. But it's truly my love for them, and not just because I'm married to one of them, that I do what I do, because FFA had that big of an impact on me, and I always like to pay it forward and hope that I can also still continue to have that impact on students, even not in the ag industry. Thank you.
Let's get one more round of applause for our Alumni of the Year, Miss Sandra Norris. We are very fortunate to have with us this evening several representatives of companies and organizations who are sponsors of awards programs on the state and national level. These individuals continually invest in the future of FFA. They have made for many of our FFA programs, as well as tonight's session, possible. The Arizona Association FFA encourages the personal growth that comes as a result of higher education and is supported by various sponsors that make college a reality for many outstanding students in our organization. Tonight, we will be recognizing over $98,600 in FFA scholarship winners.
The recipient of the Visual Impulse Ag Media Scholarship is Mia Conti from the Gilbert FFA chapter. Sponsor, Terrell Farnsworth. The recipients of the Ames Foundation Scholarships are Angel Sanchez from the Chandler FFA chapter. Anthony Villa from the Rio Rico FFA chapter. Grace Smith of the Arizona Virtual Academy. Ryan Loham of the Gila Ridge FFA chapter. Trenton Castro from the Mingus Union FFA chapter. The recipients of the SRP FFA Foundation Scholarship is Jaden Lamb of the AAEC Estrella Mountain FFA chapter. Sponsor, Chris Dobson. As well as Viren Ruhim of the Miami FFA chapter. The recipient of the Jeremy Plum Memorial Scholarship is Cadence Hankins of the AAEC Estrella Mountain FFA chapter. The recipient of the Alpha Gamma Rho Scholarship is Gage Sullivan from the Gila Ridge FFA chapter. The recipients of the Arizona FFA Alumni Scholarship is Sawyer Collin from the Parker FFA chapter. As well as Tulsi Miranda from the Payson chapter. The recipient of the Carnell and Ruby Sipes Memorial Scholarship is Kristen Bell of the Wilcox chapter. Receiving the Casa Grande FFA Alumni Scholarship is Olivia Vance from the Casa Grande FFA chapter. Receiving the Cheryl Statterfield and Betty Rose Memorial Scholarship is Lily Bates of the AAEC Estrella Mountain chapter. Sponsor, Rochelle Planty. The recipient of the Coleman Landscape Design Scholarship is Abigail Wyckoff of the Basha FFA chapter. The recipient of the Cy Henry Memorial Scholarship is Juana Masis of the Benson FFA chapter. The recipient of the Dr. Glenn Miller Endowment Scholarship is Hayden Morgan of the AAEC Prescott Valley FFA chapter. The recipient of the Dwayne Daly Memorial Scholarship is Elizabeth Meja Jimenez of the Westwood FFA chapter. Receiving the Emil M. Rovey Memorial Scholarship is Hannah Munoz of the Rio Rico FFA chapter. Also receiving this scholarship is Maya Dahl from the Camp Verde chapter. Another recipient is Tyler Valley of the AAEC Prescott Valley FFA chapter. Receiving the Gary and Gail McKenzie Scholarship is Megan Hill Rich from the Flowing Wells FFA chapter, representing sponsor Gary and Gail McKenzie. Receiving the H.B. Gray Memorial Scholarship is Chloe Stevens from the Red Mountain chapter. Receiving the J.C. Rader Foundation Scholarship is Jace Reinhart from the Buckeye FFA chapter. Also receiving the scholarship is Wyatt Niddle from the Marana FFA chapter. Also receiving the scholarship is Samantha Diddy from the AAEC Estrella Mountain FFA chapter. Samantha is also the recipient of the Ron and Heather Rayner Scholarship. Representing sponsors are Ron and Heather Rayner. Also receiving the Ron and Heather Rayner Scholarship is Mia Lopez from the Rio Rico FFA chapter. Receiving the James Akamozo Memorial Scholarship is Jalea Reed from the Chandler FFA chapter. Receiving the Jim and Peggy Nick Klinker Scholarship is Elisa Vasquez from the Dobson FFA chapter. Elisa is also the proud recipient of the Otto and Edna Neely Scholarship. Also receiving the Otto and Edna Neely Scholarship is Ashlyn Brownwell from the Queen Creek FFA chapter. Also receiving this scholarship is Brennan Neer from the Basha FFA chapter. Also receiving this scholarship is Grace Kopp of the Highland FFA chapter. Also receiving this scholarship is Gracie Emmerich from the Basha FFA chapter. Another recipient is Isabel French from the Highland FFA chapter. Also receiving this scholarship is Jeremy Vong from the Mesquite FFA chapter. Another proud recipient is Laura Flood from the Chandler FFA chapter. Also receiving this scholarship is Lillian Fitch of the Dobson FFA chapter. Another recipient is Madison Profit from the Queen Creek FFA chapter. Another proud recipient is Mia Conti from the Gilbert FFA chapter. Another recipient is Parker Woodward from the Red Mountain FFA chapter. Next receiving this is Paitlin Butler from the Combs FFA chapter. The next recipient is Sophia Rodriguez from the Gilbert FFA chapter. Another recipient is Viren Ruhim from the Miami FFA chapter. The next proud recipient is Elizabeth Meja Jimenez from the Westwood FFA chapter. Receiving the Lowhead Family Endowment Scholarship is Nevaeh Allen from the Tombstone chapter. Receiving the Norman Knox Endowment Scholarship is Caitlin Hendrickson from the Marana FFA chapter. Receiving the Ag West Farm Credit Scholarship is Morgan Miller from the AAEC Paradise Valley FFA chapter. Receiving the Pete and Loretta Brawley Scholarship is Braylee Payne from the Pima FFA chapter. Another proud recipient is Zoli Lane from the Duncan FFA chapter. Receiving the Suma Family Sustainability and Ag Scholarship is Jocelyn Carranza from the Red Mountain FFA chapter. Receiving the Tolleson FFA Booster Scholarship is Jamil Martinez from the AAEC Estrella Mountain FFA chapter. Receiving the Tom Jones Scholarship is Ilsa Gooch from the Chandler FFA chapter. Receiving the Tracy Johnson Memorial Scholarship is Dylan Irwin from the Basha FFA chapter, representing sponsor Chris and Emily Johnson. Also receiving the scholarship is Matthew Bolts from the Gila Ridge FFA chapter. Valentic Endowment Scholarship is Abigail Hurst of the Dobson FFA chapter. The recipient of the Yuma County Farm Bureau Scholarship is Daisy Bolts from the Gila Ridge FFA chapter. Daisy Bolts is also the proud recipient of the Kevin Rogers Memorial Scholarship. Sponsor Taylor Bowen. Representing sponsor Taylor Bowen. Receiving the Arizona Port Council Kevin Rogers Memorial Scholarship is Christina Zapita from the Rio Rico FFA chapter. Also receiving the scholarship is Paige Pecula from the Yuma Catholic FFA chapter. Another recipient is Sienna Irwin from the Basha FFA chapter. Receiving the Kenneth E. and Judith Williams Family Scholarship is Ashlyn Richardson from the Buckeye FFA chapter. Another proud recipient is Kirsten Bale from the Wilcox FFA chapter. Also receiving the scholarship is Danica Vimmerstedt from the Tanca Verde FFA chapter. Another proud recipient is Gage Sullivan from the Gila Ridge FFA chapter. Also receiving the scholarship is Jeremy Vong from the Mesquite FFA chapter. Another recipient is Molly Tucker from the Coolidge FFA chapter. Also receiving the scholarship is Peyton Dillard of the Highland chapter. Your next recipient is Ryan Martinez from the Cibola FFA chapter. Also receiving the scholarship is Sofia Rodriguez from the Gilbert FFA chapter. The next recipient is Nevaeh Allen from the Tombstone chapter. Receiving the J.R. Colson Endowment Scholarship is Abigail Rivera from the Coolidge FFA chapter. Abigail is also the proud recipient of the Kenneth and Judith Williams Endowment Scholarship. Receiving the J.R. Colson Endowment Scholarship is Annalie Zalva from the Westwood FFA chapter. Annalie is also the proud recipient of the Kenneth and Judith Williams Endowment Scholarship. Receiving the J.R. Colson Endowment Scholarship is Cadence Hankins of the AAEC Estrella Mountain FFA chapter. Receiving the J.R. Colson Endowment Scholarship is Catherine Bell from the Wilcox FFA chapter. Catherine is also the proud recipient of the Kenneth and Judith Williams Endowment Scholarship. Receiving the J.R. Colson Endowment Scholarship is Hannah Reagan from the Highland FFA chapter. Hannah is also the proud recipient of the Kenneth and Judith Williams Endowment Scholarship. Receiving the J.R. Colson Endowment Scholarship is Hayden Morgan from the AAEC Prescott Valley FFA chapter. Hayden is also the recipient of the Kenneth and Judith Williams Endowment Scholarship. Hayden is also the recipient of the Kenneth E. and Judith Williams Family Scholarship. Receiving the J.R. Colson Endowment Scholarship is Ilsa Gooch of the Chandler FFA chapter. Ilsa is also the recipient of the Kenneth and Judith Williams Endowment Scholarship. Receiving the J.R. Colson Endowment Scholarship is Madison Nichols from the El Capitan, California. Madison is also the proud recipient of the Kenneth and Judith Williams Endowment Scholarship. Receiving the J.R. Colson Endowment Scholarship is Megan Hill-Rich from the Flowing Wells FFA chapter. Megan is also the proud recipient of the Kenneth and Judith Williams Endowment Scholarship. Receiving the J.R. Colson Endowment Scholarship is Peyton Elliott of the Casa Grande FFA chapter. Peyton is also the proud recipient of the Kenneth and Judith Williams Endowment Scholarship. And receiving the J.R. Colson Endowment Scholarship is Campbell Nern from Clovis, California. Congratulations to this year's recipients.
Welcome back to mid-session.
Who's excited to be here? Can we please have the students that we asked earlier today to join us up here on stage? While they're making their way up here, please remember that state officer candidates are walking around with raffle tickets for some pretty awesome prizes. It's one for $1 or six for $5. Also, don't forget about our mobile app. Go ahead and scan that QR code and put it on your home screen to stay up to date on all things SLC. Thank you.
Honey Williams.
Find a hula hoop. You're good. Find a hula hoop. Go find a hula hoop. Okay, as our competitors find their hula hoops, this game is something I like to call islands. All right, Schmitty, I'm actually going to take yours. I'm sorry, buddy. All right. So now, my competitors, you can step off of your islands and into the ocean. All right. Do you remember how to play the game?
You got it.
Okay, we're going to walk around until the music stops. Once the music stops, we're going to find an island. If you can't find an island, you sunk and you're out. All right, hit it.
Somebody once told me the world is gonna roll me. I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed. She was looking kind of dumb with her.
One person an island. One person an island. All right, Brianna, you are out. All right. I'm going to take your island, Chris. All right, step out.
Good job.
Hit it.
See, so what's wrong with taking the back streets? You'll never know if you don't go. You'll never shine if you don't glow. Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on, go play.
Oh. All right, Allison,
Hey,
I'm going to steal your island. Everybody step out. Hit it.
It's a cool place, and they say it gets colder. You're bundled up now, wait till you get older.
Ooh. All righty. Schmitty, I'm going to take your island again. All right, everybody step out and hit it.
You're an all-star, get your game on, go play. Hey now, you're a rock star, get the show on, get paid. All that glitters is gold, only shooting star.
That's Chris. I'll get it.
All right. Okay, we're going to go closer this way. There we go. All right, and they're going to stay here, and you cannot touch the hula hoops. All right, hit it.
Game on, go play. Hey now, you're a rock star, get the show on, get paid. And all that glitters is gold, only shooting star.
Rock, paper, scissors. Rock, paper, scissors.
Rock, paper, scissors. Rock, paper, scissors.
All right, ready?
He's out.
Rock, paper.
Let's try the three.
No, one. All right, rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Oh, I thought you were. Oh.
Okay, ready?
Okay, ready?
Okay.
I know we want to do it.
Okay.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
All right.
Good try, good try.
Hit it.
So much to see, so what's wrong with taking the back streets? You'll never know if you don't go. You'll never shine if you don't glow. Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on, go.
Oh, I'm going to say it's Chris on that one. You are a little late there, kiddo. All right. Last one.
Final two.
Good sportsmanship. Good sportsmanship. All right, hit it.
Only shooting stars break the mold. Somebody once told me the world is gonna roll me. I ain't the shot.
Oh, I think rock, paper, scissors, that
Oh,
one.
I think it's got to be
That was
another
really
rock, paper,
close.
scissors. All right. Are we
Rock,
ready
paper.
for some rock, paper, scissors to decide our champion? All right, ready. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Chris is our winner.
Congratulations, Chris.
This has been your mid-session with Kaylin
and Cheyenne.
See you in
session
session 4.
next group of individuals that we will recognize have most definitely been influential in not only the agricultural industry, but have also been key in helping the Arizona Association FFA. It is because of how they themselves have helped others find unity in our organization, as well as how they have helped students reach above and beyond, that has led them to be worthy of this award. We are proud to bestow upon them honorary membership in the Arizona Association FFA. Please welcome State President Mr. Brody Weldman to join me to conduct the honorary degree ceremony.
We will now proceed with the honorary degree ceremony. It is always a pleasure to receive honorary members into the FFA. The purpose of this ceremony is to recognize from time to time the efforts of others made on our behalf. Mr. Secretary, please read the section of our National FFA Constitution which provides for honorary membership.
Honorary membership. Farmers, school superintendents, principals, members of boards of education, chapter advisors, teachers, staff members in agricultural education, businessmen, and all others who are helping advance agricultural education and the FFA, and who have rendered outstanding service may be elected to honorary membership by a majority vote of the members present at any regular meeting or convention.
Mr. Secretary, will you please introduce those who are to receive this honor?
Mr. President and fellow FFA members, I am pleased to read the following names. Mrs. Carolyn Brothers. Miss Caitlin Reynolds. Mr. Miles Holder. Miss Alicia Gutierrez. Mr. Hollis Morrell. Mr. Terrell Farnsworth. And Mr. and Mrs. Myron and Adelina McLaughlin.
Will my fellow state officers please present the candidates and join me on stage?
I welcome you as friends of the FFA. It is my pleasure as Sentinel to extend to each of you the symbolic hand clasp of friendship and brotherhood.
As reporter, I am pleased to inform you that the FFA is a national youth organization whose purpose is to develop agriculture leaders. Welcome to membership.
The FFA needs counsel and guidance from recognized leaders. It is my honor as secretary to add your names to the roll of honorary members.
Your contribution as a useful citizen in our democracy serves as an example for our members to follow. As treasurer, I welcome you to our organization.
As vice president, I welcome you to the FFA. I would inform you that our members learn to appreciate the dignity of labor. Without labor, neither knowledge nor wisdom can accomplish much.
On behalf of every member, I wish to say we're proud to have you as honorary members, and we always cooperate for the benefit of all. I impress upon you that we look to you for counsel and guidance. It is because of that great respect we have for you that you've been elected to honorary membership. I now impress upon you honorary membership in the Arizona Association FFA and confront you with this token of membership.
The first time I met Clarissa Meza, we were state officer candidates, and at first I thought she was so mean because of how direct she was, but I couldn't have been more wrong. A lot of people say this, but I've never truly met someone that has a more kind heart. She is the first to drop whatever she is doing to help. She cooks for the whole team, and she truly cares about everyone that she meets. It is my honor to introduce, from the Yuma Catholic FFA chapter, your state FFA treasurer, Clarissa Meza, with her retiring address titled "Home is Where the Heart Is."
Going into my freshman year, oh, I love you guys. Going into my freshman year of high school, I knew exactly who I was going to be and what I was going to be known as, a basketball player. I was a varsity athlete as a freshman and got a significant amount of playing time. I wasn't the best player on the court, but I definitely wasn't the worst. I had really great moments that made me feel awesome about myself. However, I also had my not-so-good moments, the times where I didn't perform at my best. I got into the habit of only being content with myself if I was the best. It didn't take long into my high school career to realize that I was passionate about a lot more than just basketball. And if anyone I went to high school with that you asked, they would say that I was involved in pretty much anything. Whether it was basketball, cross country, FFA, student council, you name it, chances are I was probably there. I was so hard on myself. I got into the mindset of believing that I was only worthy of being loved if I was performing at my best. And if I wasn't, I was not good enough. However, there was one moment, my sophomore year, that changed everything for me. At the end of my freshman year, I decided to compete in the Creed speaking contest at the State Leadership Conference, won, and went on to compete at the national level in Indianapolis. I worked extremely hard for this contest. I had 3 coaches, 2 of whom didn't even know me prior to competing, and they poured everything they had into me. I still remember waiting outside of the competition room to see if I advanced to the next round, and when they posted that piece of paper on the door, only to see that my name wasn't on it, I was devastated. Because at this point, I wasn't just letting myself down. I was letting my mentors down. I thought that they were going to hate me because at this point in my life, my worth came from my success. David, the person who was probably the hardest on me during this contest, came over once I heard the news. I immediately hugged him, cried, and told him how sorry I was for letting him down. He said 3 words to me. "It's okay, sweetheart." And at the time, those words carried so much weight. He proceeded to take my advisor and I out to lunch, and even came to the award ceremony after to watch me receive my bronze pin. He was so proud to be there. And at the time, I was not happy at all. But looking back, that's a moment that shaped the way I choose to live my life now. Somebody once told me that there's a big difference between achievement and fulfillment. I may not have accomplished what I had originally gone there to do, but I was so fulfilled because I learned that my worth went far beyond any of my success. The people I had there loved me regardless of the outcome. It's almost as if that is the whole point. Love is not meant to be conditional. It is not as if we earn love by what we do. People are worthy of being loved, not because of what they do, but because of who they are. You are worthy of being loved, not because of what you do. Yeah. I've seen it easily over 100 times, and it never fails to put me in a good mood. Now, I know what some of you guys are thinking. It's just some silly little movie, but just hear me out. The movie begins with a storyline of a poor young boy, P.T. Barnum, who's doing everything he can to get by, and a young girl named Charity who comes from an extremely wealthy family and has everything she could have ever wanted. However, neither of them are happy. P.T. Barnum dreams of a life where he's successful and has a name for himself. Meanwhile, Charity yearns for a life where she is surrounded by people who love her and who she loves. As time goes on, P.T. Barnum and Charity get married and have 2 young girls. While they may not have all the money in the world, Charity is so happy with the life that they have made. P.T. Barnum is still not content and does everything he can to ensure that he is successful, even sacrificing time with his family. He finally has everything he could have ever wanted: money, fame, status. He has the life he has always dreamed of, and yet he is more miserable than he has ever been. Why? Because in doing so, in chasing everything that he thought would make him happy, he was forgetting about the most important thing: love. He came from nothing and expected success would fulfill him. Meanwhile, she came from everything and knew that she was missing the one thing money couldn't buy. Love is what gives our lives purpose. Investing in the people around us is what this life is truly all about. Now, I'm not saying you should not strive for success, because you absolutely should. However, what I am saying is that on your journey to success, you do not forget about the people around you. Invest in people, invest in your relationships. Because what good is a huge house if it is empty? Tell me, what good is a house if it no longer feels like a home? I learned firsthand what that was like. I grew up in the same house my entire life. It was all I had ever known. Watching movies or simply sitting around the living room talking about what was going on in each other's lives. My family wasn't perfect, but it was mine. World. It changed me more than I could have ever imagined. I went from spending all my time with my family to spending all my time in my room or not even being home at all. The slamming doors and the yelling became a part of my everyday routine, and it felt like no matter how much I was giving, it was never enough. I had a big community outside of my family, but my foundation was falling apart. I felt lost. When I got elected to state office, though, I saw that as an opportunity. I gained 7 new friends, supportive staff, and the chance to build connections with people from all across the state of Arizona. I was in a position many people dreamed of being in, and yet there would still be times where I felt sorry for myself. Because there would be moments where I yearned to be home. When I arrived, that feeling never went away. Because I was standing in a house that I didn't even recognize anymore. It was empty, and it was quiet. I spent a lot of time alone this year. I still remember one time sitting at the edge of my bed thinking to myself, why do I feel like this? How can the world be so cruel? It wasn't until I started to shift my perspective that my mentality began to change. In life is not to be blind to how cruel the world can be, but it is to not subject yourself to it. Because we live in a world where families break apart, people die, and bad things happen. That is inevitable. But we also live in a world where people show up for each other in times of need. People show up even when it is hard. And in many times when it could be so easy for people to choose hate, they choose love instead. In fact, this year, I have been a witness to so much good and an overwhelming abundance of love. Melania from the Casa Grande FFA chapter and Vance from the Wilcox FFA chapter never fail to show up with a smile on their face and brighten up the room. I love you too, Vance. They truly know how to make light of any situation. The Chandler FFA chapter always have one another's backs, and their loyalty to each other is unwavering. They are a family through and through. Jacob from the Chino Valley FFA chapter is one of the kindest and most soft-spoken individuals I have ever crossed paths with. His modest personality is nothing less than a superpower. The Flowing Wells FFA chapter will forever have a special place in my heart. Their ability to make people feel welcome and love people for exactly who they are is what it means to be in this organization. Sophia and Kayla from the Dobson FFA chapter gave me my first and only nickname in the FFA and showed me just what it means to enjoy the moment. Lastly, the Coolidge FFA chapter, specifically Miss Neeson and Mr. Gillespie. They gave their kids an environment where they could be unapologetically themselves, and because of that, they have this beautiful gift of loving people unconditionally. Brody, Buck, Hayden, and Connor, they gave me the protective, loving, and gross older brothers that I never had growing up. And Keelan, Sophia, and Cheyenne, they always reminded me the importance of intentional conversation, a good laugh, and taking lots of pictures. Bowie, Monument Valley, San Carlos, Trivium, Yuma Catholic, for everyone that I've mentioned, and especially those that I haven't, you all have reminded me that home was never about the destination at all. Home, the definition of a home is where you feel as though you are welcome and that you are loved. Life is going to present you with so many different moments where you can choose hate or you can choose love. And when you choose love, you are providing a home for someone who might need it the most. Because whether I have failed to recognize it or not, I am a product of everyone I have ever loved. I love country music because my best friend in the 7th grade introduced me to it. I love shoes and old cars because they remind me of my dad. I love long car rides because those are where I've had my deepest conversations and my greatest laughs. And I love the FFA because I have met some of the most special people within this organization. You all have given me a home no matter what part of the state I was in. I left a piece of my heart everywhere that I went. And for that, I will forever be grateful. You all are capable of so much love. I know that because without even realizing that someone was watching, you all have shown up for each other in some very beautiful and powerful ways. The love you give will not always be reciprocated. But I'm telling you right now to love people with everything that you have anyway, because you will never regret that. It doesn't have to be a big thing. The little things are what count. Showing up is what counts. Loving people is what counts. Life is going to try and pull you in so many different directions. But I'm telling you right now to take the path that leads you home. Because Arizona FFA home is where the heart is.
No matter what you do, it ain't a question of if they will, it's how they remember you. Did you stand or did you fall? Build a bridge or build a wall? How'd you love or give it all? What did you do? What did you do? Did you make them laugh or make them cry? Did you quit or did you try? Live your dreams or let them die.
Clarissa, you are a living example that love is an infinite supply and that we gain so much when we care for others. You warm every person you meet with your kindness so much that when they leave, they shine brighter. The way you care for others unconditionally has inspired me and so many others to live better lives. The world is a more loving place with you in it. I'm beyond honored to present you with your retiring plaque.
Arizona FFA, your 2025-2026 State Treasurer, Clarissa Meza.
It's how they remember you. Did you stand or did you fall? Build a bridge or build a wall? How'd you love or give it all? What did you do? What did you do? Did you make them laugh or make them cry? Did you quit or did you try? Live your dreams or let them die. What did you choose? What did you choose? When it all comes down.
It's now time to select another winner of the raffle. In this session, we will be drawing for a Kodak Instant Print digital camera. I would now like to call Mr. Connor Morgan to the podium to help draw the winner.
It is my honor to present the winner of this raffle. The winning ticket number is 10229111. Once again, 10229111. Congratulations.
Be sure to go to the secretary station following the conclusion of the session to claim your prize. The Proficiency Award Program allows students to be recognized for excellence in their supervised agricultural experiences. Each year, FFA members generate money and learn essential life skills through their agricultural-related projects. Proficiency Awards are awarded in both the entrepreneurship and placement categories. Entrepreneurship recognizes students for owning or starting their own businesses, and placement recognizes students who work for other people or businesses. State Secretary Mr. Hayden Morgan will now introduce the winners.
In the category of beef production entrepreneurship, Ashlyn Richardson from the Buckeye Union FFA chapter, sponsored 2T Ranch Youth Leadership. In the area of agri-science research, animal systems, your winner is Benna Sanders from the AAEC Prescott Valley FFA chapter, sponsor Duncan Family Farms. The recipient of the Agricultural Mechanics Design and Fabrication Proficiency Award is Brody Wellman from the Buckeye Union FFA chapter, sponsored by Crescent 7 Ranch. The winner of the Agricultural Processing Proficiency Award is Chloe Rosenberg from the Mingus Union FFA chapter, sponsored by the Arizona Cattle Industry Research and Education, representing sponsor Grant Boyce. In the area of agricultural sales placement, Ethan Thompson from the San Simone FFA chapter, sponsor Farm Inc., representing sponsors Gary and Gail McKenzie. Ethan is also the proud recipient of the Swine Production Placement Proficiency Award. In the area of small animal production and care, your winner is Grace L. Kopp from the Highland FFA chapter, sponsored by Walter Wesch. In the area of sheep production, your winner is Grace Yunker from the Canyon View FFA chapter, in memory of Paula Wright Wallenstein. Your winner of the Equine Science Placement Proficiency Award is Gracie Emmerich Schneider from the Basha FFA chapter, in memory of Harold L. Lofhead. In the area of diversified agricultural production, your winner is Hayden Morgan from the AAEC Prescott Valley FFA chapter, sponsored by the Arizona FFA Foundation. Hayden is also the recipient of the Nursery Operations Proficiency Award, sponsored by Desert Tree Farm. Hayden is also the winner of the Specialty Animal Production Proficiency Award, sponsored by the Arizona FFA Foundation. In the area of outdoor recreation, your winner is Isabella Nicholson from the AAEC Prescott Valley FFA chapter, sponsored by the Arizona FFA Foundation. In the area of turf and landscape maintenance, your winner is Evan Rubio from the Highland FFA chapter, sponsored by Jim Durr. In the area of wildlife production and management, your winner is Jace Reinhart from the Buckeye Union FFA chapter, sponsored by Wendell and Catherine Stevens. The Agricultural Education Proficiency Award, the winner is Jaden Lamb from the AAEC Estrella Mountain FFA chapter, sponsored by and representing sponsor Steve Goucher. In the area of agri-science research plant systems, Jaden Lamb is also the winner, sponsored by the Arizona FFA Foundation. The winner of the Fruit and Nut Production Proficiency Award is Kay Perry from the AAEC Prescott Valley FFA chapter, sponsored by Twisted Lemon Farms. In the area of goat production, your winner is Kylie Gilbreth from the Elfrida FFA chapter, sponsored by and representing sponsor April White Skabinski. In the area of diversified livestock production, your winner is Lindsay Hampton from the San Simone FFA chapter, sponsored by Suzanne and Bruce Tonkin. Lindsay is also the proud recipient of the Poultry Production Proficiency Award, sponsored by Bales Hay Farm and Ranch Store, representing sponsors Stephen and Sydney Bales. In the area of diversified horticulture production, your winner is Madison Rogers from the Campo Verde FFA chapter, sponsored by the Desert Tree Farm. In the area of equine science entrepreneurship, your recipient is Rula Yosef from the AAEC South Mountain FFA chapter, sponsored by Lakin Family Foundation. In the area of vegetable production, your winner is Richard Horn from the AAEC Prescott Valley FFA chapter, sponsored by the Yuma County Farm Bureau. In the area of swine production entrepreneurship, your winner is Sienna Irwin from the Basha FFA chapter, sponsored by the Arizona Pork Council. Representing sponsor is Taylor Bowen. Your winner of the Beef Production Placement Proficiency Award is Wyatt Lump from the Duncan FFA chapter, sponsored by the Arizona Cattle Feeders Association. Wyatt is also the proud recipient of the Diversified Crop Production Placement Proficiency Award, sponsored by Ron and Heather Rayner, who are also the representing sponsors. Wyatt is also the winner of the Forage Production Proficiency Award, sponsored by the Akamozo Company. And Wyatt is also the winner of the Grain Production Proficiency Award, sponsored by Barkley Ag Enterprises. And the winner of the Veterinary Science Proficiency Award is Zion Booth from the Snowflake FFA chapter, sponsored by Terry Berrigan. Let's congratulate this year's Proficiency Award recipients.
The next group of FFA members that we will recognize have a lot in common with our Proficiency Award winners. They're also working to find unity in our industry as they further their knowledge and advocate for agriculture. Earlier this afternoon, the Farm Bureau discussion meet was held to help FFA members develop a command of basic discussion skills while learning about topics relating to agriculture. This contest is run by the Arizona Farm Bureau Young Farmers and Ranchers Committee in partnership with the Arizona Association FFA. The Arizona FFA has always appreciated our relationship with the Arizona Farm Bureau. I would now like to welcome Mrs. Ashley Mingus, Mr. Buck Pruitt, and Arizona Farm Bureau President, Mr. John Bolts, to the stage. The Farm Bureau discussion meet is sponsored on the state level by the Arizona Farm Bureau Young Farmers and Ranchers. This year's winner will receive a belt buckle. Will the top 3 individuals in the 2026 Arizona Farm Bureau discussion meet please join me on stage?
Good evening. Just really quick, my name is Ashley Mingus. My husband Ben and I ranch in southern Arizona, and we also serve on the American Farm Bureau Young Farmers and Ranchers Committee. We just wanted to take this moment to encourage all of you that are graduating this year from FFA to please consider joining the Young Farmers and Ranchers program. It's a great opportunity for you to continue your leadership development. We had a wonderful and very difficult contest this year. These 7 competitors did a great job representing their chapters, and thank you to the advisors who encouraged them to compete. 4th, 5th, and 6th will be receiving a $25 gift card donated by President Bolts. So I'm going to go ahead and first announce our 3rd place winner. Our 3rd place winner is Tegan Lebo from the Queen Creek chapter. Our 2nd place winner is Allison Pounders from Red Mountain. And our 1st place is Samuel Ryder from Gila Ridge FFA.
Let's give our winners another round of applause. It is now my pleasure to present the Arizona Agriculturalist of the Year Award. It is my great honor to announce that Mr. Jeff Mingus is the 2025 Agriculturalist of the Year. Mr. Mingus is a fourth-generation rancher whose roots in agriculture run deep. After growing up in Arizona and New Mexico, he returned to Arizona to continue his family's agricultural legacy. He and his wife Suzanne are the proud parents of 3 sons and grandparents to 5 grandchildren. A true product of FFA, Mr. Mingus was active all 4 years of high school, competing in events like livestock evaluation, dairy, poultry, horse, and meats. His FFA experiences shaped his leadership and lifelong passion for mentoring youth. Some of his standout moments include winning the livestock judging contest at the Arizona National against 74 teams from 14 states, earning gold at the National FFA Livestock Evaluation Contest, and traveling with students to Louisville and Indianapolis, visiting places like Churchill Downs and Purdue University. For more than 20 years, Mr. Mingus has volunteered as a livestock evaluation coach with the Safford FFA chapter. He's driven by a love for working with young people, helping them grow as individuals while developing skills that prepare them for the future. He often speaks of the meaningful partnerships he shares with the Safford FFA chapter and advisor Lance Fight as one of the highlights of his service. Through his leadership, mentorship, and unwavering support of FFA and 4-H, Mr. Jeff Mingus embodies the spirit of the Agriculturalist of the Year. His dedication continues to strengthen Arizona agriculture and inspire the next generation of leaders.
You know, as a livestock judging coach, we're always telling our kids not to look at their notes whenever they're given their reasons. And through the years, I would just if I was going to be speaking before a group, well, I would just put the bullet points that I wanted to talk about on a small business card. A few years back, well, I was talking to a group, and some of my former kids that as soon as I finished talking, well, they came running out there and told me, "You looked at your notes." And so that kind of broke me of all that, but I am really honored to receive this award because I've always loved FFA even before I was old enough to be in FFA. And our local high school actually didn't have it, and so when I got there, I participated on all of those CDE teams that she mentioned. And it wasn't until later on in life that I really realized the value of all of that. Looking back, I can assure you that that was the best thing I did to prepare myself for what was ahead. So after high school, I went on to college and I got on a livestock judging team. An ag ed to coach his livestock team. And so I went, every weekend that I could get away and a couple of days or a couple of weeks in the summer, I went over there and teamed up with him to coach that team. And there was another thing, there was a girl over there that I was kind of interested in at the time as well, so it sounded like a pretty good deal to me to go over there. And that all kind of turned out to be a good news, bad news deal. The good news was that the livestock team won the state championship. Was that the girl kind of pushed me aside for a saddle bronc rider. So, and you might want to remember this, the good deals you miss in your life will never hurt you. So, after that, I I knew I enjoyed the coaching. That was my first experience with coaching, and so I thought I'd kind of like to do it again someday. High school and be an FFA. Well, I got to talking with Mr. Lance Fight. Would you wave your hand or something, Mr. Fight? Okay, over at Safford FFA, and I could tell that he was a great teacher. And I also thought that it might be a good fit for me. When you're going to volunteer, well, that's something you need to consider, I think, is, is this a place where I'll fit in and we can work in harmony? And so for more than 20 years, that turned out to be a really good relationship. And we still practice from the time school starts till the state contest. We practice at least once a week over there and have for more than 20 years. So I would like to also recognize my wife, Suzanne, and it really is an honor for me. Thank you very much.
Mr. Mingus, on behalf of all Arizona FFA, I would like to thank you again for your leadership and support of Arizona agriculture.
Good job.
This evening, we got to recognize many individuals that have inspired change and impacts within our organization and beyond. We are so grateful for the continuous support of the Arizona Agricultural Education and FFA Foundation. What a thrill it was to present a record-breaking donation to agricultural education and Arizona FFA members this evening. Their generosity goes to promote many programs within our organization. The scholarships recognized tonight, as well as the Proficiency Award programs, are just a few examples of their support. This evening, we listened to two of our very own state officers as they gave their session themes that left us with a drive to continue on in search of growth. We met the individuals who have inspired hundreds as the Alumni and Agriculturalist of the Year. Each of these individuals and organizations have provided the groundwork for us to be united by action. Mr. Secretary, do you have a record of any further business which should now be transacted?
I have no further business, but I do have some announcements. Don't forget about the Goose Chase Challenge that is happening throughout the conference. Make a team, take pictures, and earn points to win the annual Goose Chase Challenge. Just a few hours left. The conference dance starts tonight in the conclusion of this session in the grand ballroom of the Marriott University Park. Please remember to dress appropriately. The Arizona FFA invites chaperones, parents, past state officers, and guests to attend the reception at the Marriott University Park. The Marriott University Park is located at 880 East 2nd Street, Tucson, Arizona. All FFA members to receive state FFA degrees, as well as Arizona Star candidates, must assemble in the auditorium for rehearsal at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. This is a mandatory practice. Please be on time. The winner of the College and Career Fair sponsored by the Arizona Agricultural Education FFA Foundation is, from Friday, Stephanie Atkin of the AAEC Prescott Valley FFA chapter. Grace Depute from Cienega. Francis from Westwood. Jaquin from San Manuel. Tegan from Snowflake. H. Jordan from Casa Grande. Riley Olson from Tanca Verde. Don't forget, the state officer candidates are selling raffle tickets for the chance to win a Stanley Cooler backpack. Tickets are $1 each or 6 for $5. The Arizona State FFA Leadership Camp will be held June 22nd through the 26th. The cost to attend camp is $275 and spots are filling up fast. Applications are still being accepted. Please see an Arizona FFA staff member or state officer for more information. Okay, and it is now the time you've all been waiting for. The winner of the Advisor Fashion Show is Miss Sarah McNall. The Cienega FFA chapter will receive a total amount of $3,162. I have no further business, Mr. President.
Does any member know of any new or unfinished business which should properly come before this meeting? We're about to adjourn the third general session of the 2026 State Leadership Conference. As we mingle with others, let us be diligent in labor, just in our dealings, courteous to everyone, and above all, honest and fair in the game of life. Fellow members and guests, please join me in a salute to our flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I now declare this session adjourned.
I was down, but now I'm up. Yeah, this all God, this ain't no luck. Yeah, I used to be stuck in that mud. Whoa. Yeah, I was down, but now I'm up.